Yellow and welcome to another episode of Shakes and Fidget free-to-play playthrough. In today's episode, we are going to tackle one of the events which is just now happening and which I think is a really beneficial to us as a free-to-play player because we can earn a lot of interesting things, be it resources for Fortress, be it actually shrooms. Some shrooms we can win here as well. So this is really good for us as a free-to-play player. However, it also depends on the other players, but I will explain everything in a few seconds. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video to your friends. And please leave a comment below if you like this type of content, if you want to see more of this content or similar. So we're in game already, and the event which I want to showcase for you today is the Hellevator event. It's a guild event. Literally, it says in the name, it's a guild event, which means you compete as a guild. So you need a guild to be able to run the Hellevator. If you don't have a guild, you will not be able to enter. And then the second requirement is that you are at least level 10. And you can see it on the map. You can see here there is a Hellevator. Once you click, you would get this screen. You would actually get a screen before this, sort of if you want to join the event. I already clicked OK because I actually wanted to use a code, but then I changed my mind because I want to show the code usage to you as well, because I want to show you what the code gives you. So from this point of view, you see that we are in the Hellevator already, and there is 500 levels in the Hellevator, and you are just progressively fighting against let's say different type of mobs, different type of non-player characters, and each one of them is stronger than the previous one. In order to do the fighting, you need to have the key cards, and the key cards actually are the ones which sort of recover every 30 minutes. You can see here every 30 minutes a new key card is generated, but if you are capped at 15, there is no recovery happening. So from this point of view, you need to use it every 7.5 hours in order for it to sort of start recovering from scratch again. I mean, actually, you can use every 30 minutes one. That also works. So the most important thing is that you have the key cards, which you would be using, and then you progressively fight against different non-player characters, mobs in the game. With each fight, you get certain rewards, but then there are also other rewards. So when you are collecting the tokens, the health tokens, what's called, here it is, collecting the health tokens will put your guild in a overall guild ranking, but also it will add to the collection. Actually, I don't know how it's called. Yeah, campaign, health tokens collection campaign, where you would be, whenever you are sort of collecting them, you would be receiving different rewards. So you get rewards from there. You get the rewards from fighting the mobs themselves. And then on top of that, after 10 days, this is how long the Hellevator will last. After 10 days, you would get the main reward depending on the guild ranking amongst other guilds. And these rewards are really great. So generally, it's a really nice event. I already covered the key cards and health tokens. The health tokens collection campaign, you can see here that you are collecting the health tokens and it goes towards the rewards. There are 3 types of chests which you can get. The fortress chest, which gives you the fortress resources, the blacksmith chest giving you the blacksmith resources, and then the last one is just the gold chest giving you gold. And the more you sort of collect together, you can actually stack them, so you don't have to collect them all the time. You can see here you can earn 50 chests with your gold per day, so it can stack to a certain amount. Then there is the Hellevator rewards, which I already mentioned. This is the ranking of all of the guilds, and you get multiple rewards. The first reward you get is the special profile background. I have it on another character. Let me just show you how it looks like. Oh, actually, I don't have it because I do. Sorry. I thought it expired because the new Hellevator is out. So this is the background which you get. This is for the, I think, third place. I think I was third place with my guild. Not this one. I got removed from the original guild. So you get this one. But you can also see that which are the other rewards. There is a golden, silver, and a bronze frame, and maybe one more, copper or something like this. And then there are other rewards. You get a legendary gem, you get some fortress resources, and you get a bunch of gold and similar, but it all depends where you're ranked. I will cover it in a second. And then one more important thing is the change of guild. So when changing the guild, your tokens do transfer to the new guild, but you will lose 5% of your health tokens. This is important because a lot of guilds are sort of playing around with it in order to achieve a higher rank. So what they would be doing is they would be hunting for players with a high amount of health tokens, and then they would try to sort of headhunt them and get them into the guild. So in the end, they are more ranked top of their sort of on the server. So from this point of view, you have it like that, and there is also here, if you get kicked from the guild, you won't lose any health tokens. So it's really the sort of, you can play around with it, having this in mind. One more last thing for the health tokens, they progressively increase with each level that you win in the Hellevator. Shortly to show you how the guild ranking looks like. So this is the guild ranking. You can see that some of the guilds have like hundreds of thousands, and you can see here that there is actually a couple of different sort of groupings for the rewards. So there is the top one, the first rank, second, third, and then from fourth and until 24th, it's the same reward. The rewards are listed here, so you can see here that for the first one you get the golden frame, you get the legendary gem, you get 22,000 splinters and 33,000 of metal, and then a bunch of gold. And for the first three, it's actually everything is the same except for the frame. And then from the 4th until 24th place, you still get legendary gem. You get a bit less splinters, a little less metal, and a little less gold. But the main difference is you are not getting this frame. Bear in mind that the frame itself is just sort of a prestige type of a reward. It does not help your gameplay by any mean. And second thing is it lasts, if I'm not mistaken, for 2 months or something like this. I don't know if it's listed here, but if I remember correctly, it lasts 60 days. So from that point of view, it's just not that relevant. What is most important thing is to aim on any of the rewards which do give you legendary gems, but it seems that actually almost all of them give, so everything above level 16 do give you the legendary gem, and this is like 340 guild, which is still fine. Personally, I'm not sure if this impacts, if it's impacted by the if the strength of the gem is impacted by the rank which you achieve. Personally, I don't think so, because usually the gems are mostly driven by the Hall of Knights. So from that point of view, it should not be impacting, but I don't know if it has at least a little bit of boost. For this purpose, I would actually also share with you a website which gives you a bunch of information on exactly on the Hellevator, but what I just presented is more or less it. There is nothing more, and if I remember something, oh yes, there is one more thing. I will just cover it now, but more or less that's it. Like I did not skip on anything except the last thing, or last two things. First one is that every 24 hours, or at midnight actually, the elevator would go down by 20 floors. So if I now fight let's say 25 times, I would be at level 25, floor 25. Tomorrow, I would start at 5. And then I would fight again. And then again, I would go down every midnight. So from this point of view, you can actually also do some planning strategies on how to achieve the highest amount of points. Because, for example, we are level 111, and in theory, we might not go more than, let's say, floor 50. If you get stuck on level 50, we would be just wasting our key cards because we cannot proceed more. And by being stuck on level 50, we're not getting any health tokens. So what you can sort of play around is that you get down by, let's say, 40 floors. So you do not fight for one day, or you fight by a limited amount, and then go down and then fight again with the tokens, so that you don't waste the tokens. You don't hit that cap, so you always earn the tokens for the key cards you have. It's a bad example for a level 50 because the amount of floors you go down by 20, you are really low on the let's say the floor plan of the Hellevator. However, if you're level 200 or 300, this actually makes a big difference because the health tokens which you also get there are quite high, and then you can strategize when it comes to these floors and usage of the tokens themselves. So that's really important for us. We will just go all the way up because we are, let's say, capped, and we will always be getting at least these 20 floors which we go down. The last thing for the Hellevator, which personally we will not be probably using, but when you're shrooming, or if you're a shroomer, it might be relevant for you, is the Beelzebub Emporium. And here you can buy different boosts, different buffs for yourself. They can be either bought with the key cards if you have enough, or with the shrooms if you don't have enough key cards. And you can also shuffle them using shrooms, or they would reshuffle at midnight. And there is a bunch of different ones. I will not cover all of them, but there are the boosts on your stats. So either luck here you can see, but also intellect or dexterity or strength or anything. Then there is the boost on your, let's say, sort of, they give you a rune, either a weapon rune or a armor rune for the element resistances, so fire and lightning resistance, for example, here. So you would get the damage boost, and you would also get the damage reduction boost, so either or. Then here's Constitution, and there is one which is really good. I don't have it here, but one which actually boosts the rewards which you're getting by attacks, and it gives you like 10% more, whatever it is, let's say gold or stats. So that one is actually good. So that's it for the Hellevator. One thing which I would still like to sort of invite you to do is to use a code from any of the content creators. I personally don't have one, but I will show you the one which I use, but there are a bunch of them available on the shakesandfidget official Twitch streams, and also on the streams of the other content creators. Dorzer, hopefully I did not sort of mispronounce his name, Neutral, Zombie, Mozone, whoever it is, they have their own content creator codes which you can use, and you actually get some nice things. So I would now use the Mozone one. If I'm not mistaken, this is the name. Oh, no, it's not. So I just checked it, and I was sort of close. I just sort of a bit changed these two numbers. And here it is. So the coupon has been successfully cashed. And this is what you actually get. Let's see. So you get some quicksand, hourglass. So to skip the quest, 100. Really nice. You get one portion of eternal life. This is really nice. And then you get 25 key cards, which is, of course, for the Hellevator. So this is more or less 25 free fights in the Hellevator. This one I would use. And of course, for the Hellevator, because you are fighting as your character, the buffs which you have on your character, the potions and similar make a difference. It's not the same as in legendary dungeons, which I would cover in the future when we get the legendary dungeon. So here you really need to be strong in order to proceed. And generally the fights are easy enough. You just click fight. It's a 1-1-1 fight, and then you get the loot itself. One thing to note here is that I use a card, but I had sort of already capped. So since I'm over the cap, actually, the recovery of the key cards did not start. So to have this in mind as well. And as you can see, since I just won, now I got one token, health token, and now there is 2 health tokens if I win the second floor. These are not connected with the floor level, if I'm not mistaken. I think they progressively get higher later on. And then the rewards also increase. The first reward was 1 gold, but now it's 1.35. So they also progressively increase. And the good thing is about first 2 fights is actually you do get some key cards, and these will happen quite often. So like I immediately win this one and I still have 40 because the reward was 1 key card. But now there is no key card as a reward. So this fight, if I win, I will, of course, because I'm much stronger than this level. Sort of, I just got that one and now I have 39. So I will now sort of speed up through the fights. Yes, this is a nice reward as well. So here you can see that we won 10 these lucky coins for the Dr. Abavuvu, which is actually quite nice because you can pile up on some of these coins for later usages. So that's one. Next one. I would actually also create a list of all of the rewards I'm interested in, what we managed to get out of the whole 10-day event. But this one is really nice. You can see that here we are getting a shroom. I think that on my other characters, I got like 5 or 6 shrooms in the first 50 levels. Yeah, 50ish, something like that. So which is okay. So we just got 1 more shroom. Again, really important for us because we are at 19 and we would really need a mount tomorrow. So hopefully we get 5 shrooms so that we can, or yeah, 5, because tomorrow we will have 1 free from the quest, and this would enable us to have a enough shrooms for the mount, which is actually a good thing because I mean we could get the 25 shrooms because tomorrow there is a crazy mushroom harvest, which means that the quest shrooms are like the chances for the shrooms from quest is increased, which is really great as well for us. We might be able to collect enough shrooms. So quickly to go through, there is a 34 fights left, and a few seconds later, so we are back. I have 3 left. I intentionally left a couple of them now because, as you can see, we are fighting level 110 and we are 111. So somewhere here we might start having some troubles. Might not be because, I mean, considering that in the dungeons we are at level 150, we should still be fine in the Hellevator. But just to see the last couple of fights, yeah, you can see that we did get some like 20% damage, but we are still fine. So all in all, let's say, and here it's 2 shrooms, not real nice. So all in all, we have just finished with all of our key cards. We got 25 shrooms, guys. So we got 6 shrooms until level 54 of the Hellevator, floor 54. So really, really nice. I really like this Hellevator event because we got 6 rooms. We can now get the mount tomorrow after 21 hours. And even tomorrow, the crazy mushroom event starts, so we might get even more shrooms. I hope that within next 3 days, the events, the weekend events, I will go through them, but they are lasting until Monday, including Monday. So please use the opportunity to get the maximum of the events. Especially there are 2 of the events which could be really, I mean, 3 actually, even 4. It depends on how you use it. For me, I would say these 4s might be really important as I'm a free to play player. But in general, the fact that they are lasting 1 additional day is really, really nice. So now we have to wait for the recovery of the key cards, which is in 30 minutes. Try to use them every 7.5 hours. Always keep them on the recovery time, on the sort of on the cooldown, just because it benefits your guild as well as yourself. The last thing I would like to do for the Hellevator, so this is how the fights went. This is the rewards I already covered. I just wanted to collect these rewards here because they are, I would say, next to the main rewards where you get the legendary gem, which is really nice, and the shrooms here, which you get, is actually these ones because you can claim all of these and you get a bunch of resources. So currently we have 6 of each of the chests, and they get 8,000 gold, 2,000 splinters, 4,000 metal, and 7 and 2,000 of the resources for fortress. This is dependent on your level as well. So, for example, on one of my characters, I'm, I don't know, 300 level, 330 or something like this. I got here some hundreds of thousands or millions. So it's really, really nice. So you can use this to pile up on the resources and upgrade your fortress. So more or less, that's it for the Hellevator. I would just quickly cover the events for the weekend. You might be seeing this weekend already started, probably. But just to quickly go through, so there is a crazy mushroom harvest, which is really, really nice. There is glorious gold galore, and as mentioned in one of the previous, you can see that I made my the guard duty, finish city guard duty, finish just after midnight, so that I immediately get the maximum of the glorious gold galore, and then immediately I would put 10 hours after that, and then in the morning I would just continue on maximizing the amount of city guard duty that I'm doing over these weekend events. This is the two which I mentioned, and then there are 2 others which I think are relevant for us. It's the Forge Frenzy Festival and the Fantastic Fortress Festivity. So the Fantastic Fortress Festivity is just, it increases the chance of getting the fortress resources in quests. Really nice. And then the Forge Frenzy Festival increases the chance of getting the blacksmith resources. So these 2 are also really, really nice. So you would be doing quests in the next sort of over the weekend. You would be getting a bunch of shrooms, bunch of fortress resources, bunch of gold, and bunch of blacksmith resources. The last 2 events, not that relevant for us for the free-to-play. The one is the Epic Shopping Spree Extravaganza. So just you have higher chance to get epics in the shops, but unless I get them by the regular reset, and then on top of this, unless they do not cost shrooms, which is highly unlikely, it can happen, but highly unlikely, then we will not buy anything. And the last one is the Days of Doom Souls. We don't have Underworld unlocked, so it's not relevant for us. And that's it for this episode. I hope that you will achieve greatness in the Hellevator, as I hope I will, and that you would get a lot of rewards. Until the next episode, live long and keep on gaming.